Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the VCT Game Changers Academy. I am Epitome as I am joined by the wonderful JoJo, and we are back for map 2 on Fracture of Randos versus Dart Monkeys.
Yes, we are. Fracture. I think we were all waiting the entire tournament to see Fracture being played. And of course, it had to have been in our final matchup between these two very amazing and awesome teams who have made it this far to make it into that final match. But yeah, as map two, I'm kind of thinking like, does this map actually matter? I mean, yes, it definitely matters for Dart Monkeys who dropped the first map, but, like,
I mean, it's really tough call, right? Because Dart Monkeys, they lose their own map pick, and then now they are headed onto Fracture, which is a really difficult map to play if you are not well practiced on it. Because defaults on most maps are easy, like they're simple, but Fracture is a huge map, no mid, and you can attack from either side of the map. And I think Fracture, I want to say hesitantly that Fracture is an attack-sided map because just because of the way that it's built, because you have them attacking from either side. There's so many angles that you have to watch. It's really easy to get flanks in. But also, I mentioned defaulting, but also splits. Usually it's mid and the main, but you don't there is no mid. You have to go from either side of the map. It's just really, really tough.
but especially on attack, if you can get into that mid location, it's a very quick route to the other site. So I almost think that lurking and maybe some unexpected positioning from these players is going to be prominent. And I don't know, like Fracture, I feel like is kind of one of those maps you just forget about. You don't really practice it, you don't really play it. No team favors it. No team really picks it. And here we go with randos actually selecting it as map two. And I think that also says something about how comfortable they are on it. So this could very well be a 2-0 since it was picked by randos and they won split, which was Dart Monkey's pick. So either way, it's going to be something that we just have to see these players play out in real time, and maybe a few rounds in we'll have a better understanding of which team is more prepared than the other one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think looking at Split, I think Split is a similar map to Fracture, which sounds very strange, but I think the angles are very similar and the maps are designed in similar ways because you have the vents, the ropes of to go up onto the heaven, which you kind of have on the B site, and like the height differences on A are also pretty similar. But Fracture is a complex map, but the team composition that was run by randos on Split lends itself very well, I think, to the team compositions that you can have on Fracture. The double initiator was something that we talked
Mhm.
about. Also, the chamber, it's just very popular. And Raze, I don't know if you play on Fracture, but any controller works.
I have seen Rays being played on Fracture. I think Chamber is also a big one. He has kind of come into his own on a lot of these different maps, and with Fracture, with all of the high angles and the positioning that Chambers can get to with that rendezvous, I think the tour de force is very powerful and sort of in hand with that the operator. So I'm definitely expecting another operator play coming out from Isla, maybe going to in fact be on that jet, but that's kind of the duelist idea, and Breach is an essential player here. I mean, the Rolling Thunder, stopping those post plans, gaining entry for your team, and we're just gonna see already tons of insta locks in our map selection. What are you liking so far, Tala?
The double controller, they have both the Brim and the Viper, which is very rare to see. I think double initiator common, double duelist less common, but also more pick. But double controller is something that you need to have like strats for, because the reason you pick double controller is so, especially if you have the Brim and the Viper, or really any agent with Viper, but if Viper is your secondary controller, then it just means that you can kind of gaslight people into thinking you're going to a site because you always put your wall down in the same place and you'll still have smokes for the other site. So this is a really nice adjustment from the side of Dart Monkeys and on the side of I think we talked about this team composition way back when we were talking with Gompers about Fracture, but yeah, they've picked up the Breach, they've picked up the KO, really popular double initiator composition here, and now starting on the defense, I don't know if it will be as strong.
I certainly agree. I think with the KO pick, it's kind of one that we do not see that often on a map like Fracture. Certainly, the null command has a wide range that it can hit. But other than that, the pop flashes and the knife, I mean, how much is that really going to be able to be used? Both of the pinch points on the sites are kind of tricky to throw anything onto site before pushing out. But I'm kind of surprised though to see Isla on Raze and not on a Jet, but maybe yeah, already with this
Oh,
blast pack usage, jumping over onto site, throwing that grenade, and the only thing stopping further progress onto site is the Brimstone Molly. K with opening pick, it's a headshot onto Bunny. K with two, actually, this Sheriff is going off, and so far so good for the defense of Randos. Isla needing to get aggressive here, needing to push through, does get
ooh.
that first right-click pick, but still, look at where the spike is going. It's trying to go into mid. This is exactly what I was talking about. It's a clean rotation as long as they can beat the defenders who are quick on their tails.
Yeah, they definitely need to try and fight here because there's no way they can get through. And Grimoire, she's doing the best she can, but Lana's gonna win it out. So the first round going over to the side of Randos, and this is their map pick. They expect to win it out. They want to make this a clean 2-0, and they just buy up. But the question for Dart Monkeys here is, do you cut this off at the knees? Do you also buy up here, make it a 1-1, or do you just sit very patiently and wait for your rifle round? Because we saw that before when they were in a more precarious situation, they still decided to just sit on those pistols and save. But I want them to be a little bit more proactive and try and fight for this instead of playing very passively, because I think when they try to go too aggressive, it punishes them, but this passivity is also going to punish them.
And that is exactly what we're seeing here. The spike still has yet to be dedicated to a site. It seems like the members of Dart Monkeys are trying to rotate to get to all angles on B and are nearly ready to commence this attack. But Bell, hearing that noise, swings it out, sees the arm of Grimoire, and that's likely going to initiate some comms that this is the site that's going to be hit. Lana being so aggressive and brave, holding out that angle, spotting where Grimoire is. 5 bullets in the chamber, and it doesn't matter because Bell is going to clean up with the 3K. Headhunter and Spectre, perfect combination, and we do get a flawless coming out from Randos.
Really nice round from Randos as well to keep all of those. I think they just tried to throw the spike off the map to keep all of the to keep all of those guns in their hands. And now they're up against the full buy. Some of those players do have to stick to the half shields though. So this is an interesting round since every single member of Randos do have full shields on themselves, and they're also deciding to go very aggressive here. Not unexpected from an Eco Island though. She has the shots on the other side. They're fighting for it, but still kill feed comes up red, and remaining members of Randos left very low.
Oh, and Shaka has to be very, very careful here. The flashes do come out, but it's actually the peek from Bunny that gets that quick headshot onto Shaka. And the last player left is Ibanez with 36 HP. A decent amount of utility is that Molly and at least one smoke, but after, oh no, completely spotted out by that piece of utility. And Abana is going to go back down the zip line, continuing to make all of this noise, and I think it's going to be a save.
It does seem like they're probably just going to try and take these rifles and sit pretty on that B site. But Bunny Bee looking for something. She's trying to hunt, and she definitely spots out that shoulder. Bunny Bee finds the headshot. No save allowed for the side of Randos, and a pretty good round for the side of Dart Monkeys. So they wait for their rifle, and I think they maybe suspect that Randos do like to get aggressive when they only have the Spectres and they know they're at a disadvantage. So they were kind of waiting for that, and which is why they kind of sat themselves on those pistols in the second round. And now they're up against a full rifle buy, though. Actually, Kay does have to stick to a Guardian instead of one of the more powerful automatic fire rifles, as well as the half shield. So a little bit less economy in that end. But on the other hand, it's another default from Dart Monkeys.
It is going to be another default with Isla pushing up alongside the Boom Bot, snagging this orb 1 point closer to the all-powerful Showstopper. And Belle is seeing all of this Viper utility, but in the past rounds where that wall has been thrown, she was able to spot members of the other team pushing through it and pushing onto site. But this time, Dart Monkeys almost using it as a bait. They still seem to be going towards B, at least based on their direction of travel at this point. And now I believe Showstopper is going to be available for Isla, and that's going to be a big
Uh,
presence should she use it early in this round. But Belle has to make this peak worth something. Does get a
oh
few
no.
bullets out, but there we go. Lana and Belle in quick succession. SK taking one back. Taking two back, actually. That is the opening that we needed to see Dart Monkeys pushing onto site now. Spike going to be planted very quickly behind the default boxes, and the retake from Randos is going to commence.
Okay, also having a Rolling Thunder available means that she can make this retake hurt for this team. And they're trying to dash out. Bunny Bee spots one. She's a rendezvous out after finding that first shot. She's left 5 HP, but she's still got SK next to her. Kay with that with that Guardian is trying to find some damage. She's the last left alive. Bunny Bee goes down with one quick shot, but SK, she's rotated around, needs to find it through the Viper's toxic screen, and SK takes her down.
That is going to be even numbers in terms of the scoreline, 2-2, but it's not even at all in terms of the economy. We are going to see Randos forced to full save. We do see 2 sheriffs purchased in the hands of Lana and Ibanez, and both of those players can connect some pretty crispy headshots, but it's a lot to ask when the entire team of Dart Monkeys has rifles and full shields. Isla not purchasing the operator quite yet, probably thinking about saving up a little bit more money before making that big step. But it is another slow pace round. Seems like the default play for Dart Monkeys is working out for them, and they are not about to change things when they are going so well.
It's at the beginning of every round. They really do enjoy these really slow pushes. But, and, oh, okay, she takes out the Blade Storm and just misses the shot. So Bunny Bee, she's left alive and is able to take her down. That is a devastating loss. Bunny Bee is trading back for Belle's kill onto their duelist, and she's just making so much headway in sand. SK, she takes down Lana as well. Another initiator down, and they've left themselves a controller and sentinel to take back this site. Spike not down yet, but they have free reign to do so. SK getting in good position, planting for a main before this retake has even started.
It is a very tough position as well to retake from this ropes positioning. Belle still has Tour de Force in hand and is seeking who is on site. I think Belle might have a bit of an indication where the spike has been planted and that there may be someone hiding in that corner. But in order to get over there, they're going to have to cross through drop, and Autumn is holding drop, and Bunny holding from main. It is going to be the headshot that Belle snags onto Autumn, but the crossfire was too much to do much more. There you go, a third round. This is looking great for Dart Monkeys. They could not have asked for much more after their previous showing on Split and knowing that this is Rando's map pick.
Yeah, randos, they are falling behind a little bit. It's only a single round though, but they're exhausting their economy for the spy, especially Kay. Kay picking up the operator, and right now we're looking at this duelist diff, right? We have the Jet and we have versus the Raze, and we can want to see who's going to be more powerful here. Kay, she holds the operator, she kills Island, and she just backs off really quickly. It's the fight for drop that's really important on this map, and because it slows down the tempo on the A site for this team so drastically. But Bunny B just trying to find some space at the tour de force now, and she's gonna win the off battle with Kay here, thinking that flashpoint would neutralize her, and now they're unafraid to keep pushing onto this site. The orbital strike to clear out the front site position, that is so huge, and now it's left up to 3 for the side of randos. Bunny B definitely spots one, but the tour de force does not ring true, but 1-for-1 trades still making a player advantage for Dart Monkeys. The Viper's Pit also going out. A lot of ultimates being expended for the squad. Even as she's on the flank, she's able to find one. And the Orbital Strike as well, clearing out so much area. They're still trying to find more, but the Viper's Pit and Chaos is what SK thrives off of.
Brilliant hold from SK, utilizing the Viper's Pit and baiting out the Orbital Strike. That is a huge ultimate that now we are not going to be able to see for plenty of rounds to come in the hands of randos. This is a lead that Dart Monkeys is going to thrive with. They have forced randos onto another full save, some sheriffs and a Spectre, and they are sitting pretty with their economy. They've got these full rifles. They've got 4 rounds in a row at this point, and they are just waiting for the aggression to come through, and they're going to take advantage of every instance where randos overextends.
Randos, they're definitely an aggressive team. They're a confident team. They thrive off those confidence plays. But now, Dart Monkeys, they're adapting. They're really realizing that they cannot overheat because this is their last map. One mistake and that's it. Kay, she goes for the peak. She's not able to get the shot and just tail wins out. But it's just one more tool that is left out of Kay's pick because of that overextension from the B site. And SK, now she goes for this Rolling Thunder, and Lana, she tries to make something happen with her Spectre, but now it's Showstopper and Rolling Thunder, and Belle, she just cannot hit the shots with the Headhunter. Island takes down Kay, and Ibanez, she's on the flank though. She thinks she can find one. That's a controller down, but they've still got that Brimstone to rely on. Sky Smokes and an Incendiary doing some damage to Shaka before she's taken down.
Now, keep in mind, this was a full buy round for Dart Monkeys and a full save round for randos. They were still able to get 2 picks before being wiped off of the map. So it does show that they have a little bit of fight, a little bit of something left to give to these rounds. But now that we've got 5 in a row going to Dart Monkeys, this is the buy round that randos needs to make something happen in. If they do not, if they lose this round, they're going to be forced again onto a full save, and this is what I like to see. Kay purchasing the operator. It's a glass cannon build, no shields whatsoever, 1 less cloud burst than she should have. But should Autumn push through this angle, Kay is holding it. Kay is ready for the push, and the first kill does come through. Not exactly sure if Kay saw Isla was also going to be pushing from that side, but either way, suddenly it is man advantage for the first time towards randos, and it's all on the hands of that operator with Kay.
Bunny Bee is trying to make some space on the A side, though. Hears that there's someone who is running away, but needs to be careful of Belle. Grimoire takes a shot onto Belle, though. Rendezvous does not go through. And Bunny Bee already threw on Sand, also spots out Grimoire on the side of Lana, and she's trying to take the shots. Grimoire is going to win out that gunfight, but still the Sky Smokes are stalling them out from getting onto site. Ibanez, though, alone on drop. Island coming in from the behind, and Shaka, she takes out the flashpoint, but just can't quite go through just yet. Now it's down to 2, down to 1. I must correct myself. SK finding that quick headshot, and Grimoire spots out Kay, and it's just the end of it for randos.
Everything started so well with that opening pick, and then it quickly fell to shambles as Dart Monkeys rotated their positioning and decided to commit to a site where maybe the defenders weren't quite ready to hold it down. I think that that is an advantage that Dart Monkeys is kind of having here in these rounds where they are making noise on one site, maybe letting a few of their members die and then fully committing to the other one and pushing into a whole bunch of unexpected defenders. So that is something that Randos needs to work on, is having an anchor who is not getting aggressive, who's just playing back and waiting for full rotates. And again,
Ooh.
Shaka taken down this early is not a good look.
I mean, Kay, she goes through all that trouble to pick up the ult orb for the Blade Storm and doesn't even use it. Abana, she gets aggressive, but Grimoire picking up 3. That's Viper's Pit online, and she doesn't even need to use it. I mean, she can't use it, but Bunny Bee, she can use that Phantom with 2 quick headshots to end the round.
I am getting some flashbacks, Tala, to what we saw on Split 2-7, 5-round lead, except it was the opposite team who was ahead previously. So I'm thinking Dart Monkeys are not too upset with their performance thus far on Fracture. They are in a good position with at least one ultimate Grimoire. As long as they can get onto site and pop the Viper's Pit, it's going to be yet another round in their favor. But with a full buy for Randos, and I'm not going to count them out yet. I think that they are still hungry. K with the operator in hand again. Spike still has yet to be dedicated to a specific location, and Randos is doing a better job of holding these angles, waiting for noise, and the only player getting super aggressive is K, but she can because she has the operator, and the only way that the operator is going to be a good investment is if you get some kills with it. So as this hit starts over here on B, we've got Abanis with actually the first pick onto Bunny. That's a great start. Spike is somewhat down on site, and Abanis alone needs to get this pick into heaven, needs to figure out that there's one more up there. Still, we have even numbers. That is going to be a 1v1 trade. Shaka now pushing through Canteen, trying to see where the remaining members of Dart Monkeys are, and they are split up.
Ooh, they start the Viper's Pit, but the Rolling Thunder goes out so fast. Autumn, though, taking down Lana. Shaka's trying to make the space once again, and Grimoire, she's just huge. But Autumn, it's her for this round. 4 kills in the round, and still keeping the win streak alive for Dart Monkeys. I think they've won 8 in a row now, so this is looking incredibly tough for Randos. They used an ultimate, 2 ultimates actually, both the Orbital Strike as well as the Rolling Thunder in that last round, and they're still unable to capitalize and convert it into a win. So now they're just really left struggling because in theory, they have the team comps, they have the strategies, but they just can't stop themselves from getting aggressive. They really need to play a little bit more passively for the retakes. They have the double initiator setup. They have everything they need, just are not using it right. And now Kay, she pops this Blade Storm in hopes of making some headway into the round where they are saving.
I do think they need to go into these retakes with not, 2 men down, 2 agents less than the other team, and playing back is going to be beneficial for them there. Immediately, SK taking advantage of this aggression again. K just pushing on. Abana is down to 33 HP, able to pick up another gun, but the spray down from Isla denies any action being taken with it. And instead of waiting for the spike to be planted, maybe Lana could get aggressive here, but looks like her location has again been spotted as all 3 remaining members of Randos are trying to push out from drop. SK getting 1, but quickly traded off. We are down to a 2v2. Now Isla's position has been given away as being in heaven. This could be great. Autumn. Oh no, the orbital strike should deny any sort of defuse win. Autumn playing for the objective there. Brilliant moves, and we are either looking at another 9-3 half or potentially a 10-2.
looking at the buys here, they have the money for the last round Tour de Force online for Bell. Bell has made some headway with the Tour de Force as well as the Guardian before, but on the other side, it's the Rolling Thunder. No other ultimates are very close though, and Ibanez is only one away from that Orbital Strike. So in terms of utility, they're in a good position for the side of for the side of Randos, I'm sorry. And on the other side, Rolling Thunder though, incredible engagement tool here. And SK, is she actually going to be able to activate the Rolling Thunder from under the site? But it might actually not hit anyone. I'm not sure if this actually does hit that chamber above the site. Rendezvous out. Bell is completely fine. And they're getting onto the site, but Kay, an aggressive push from behind, is going to take down the spike. And now they've got to go and collect this. Spots out Island, knows where the spike is. There's a little gap, and Ibanez goes on through Bunny Bee. It's just trades back and forth on both of these teams. Grimoire, though, what a positioning from her. She's in their spawn, wraps around to take down those defenders in Canteen, and now just have to look main, pick up that spike. They have 45 seconds, so there's no need to overheat just yet. Snake Bites try and clear out the corner as well. Combat Stin running out, however, and there's a player headed in underpass. Both of them in underpass now, trying to wrap around in arcade. Grimoire doesn't expect it. She goes down, and now Kay has narrowed it to a 1v2. Autumn, she's had the clutches before. She's able to find one, but Lana, she just shuts it down quickly. And finally, another 9-3 half and 1 round on the board after that 9-round win streak.
That flank worked out so well for Randos there. I'm surprised that they didn't really utilize it in previous matches. I think it was the quick dash by Kay onto the flank that messed up the timing in the Dart Monkey's heads, and especially that rotate into underpass. I think that was a brilliant move as well. Just maintaining sight on the spike isn't enough in a map so large as Fracture. You really cannot predict where the angles are that are about to be hit. But either way, we are going to come into this next half, and it's going to be kind of a climb at this point for Randos to come back from. But I think it's definitely possible, and Kay immediately getting aggressive with the Sheriff already in Sands, going to take a headshot onto Grimoire, maybe more, as Bunny is camping inside of this smoke. Gonna get somewhat sprayed, but it's not enough to do any real damage, and now that spike is gonna be planted. This is looking good so far for Randos.
Now it's a retake situation for Dart Monkeys. Ibanez takes down one, but it's a lot of damage coming from the side of Dart Monkeys. The nades are going to take out one. Shaka can't connect the shots. Only 1 kill confirmed on the side of Randos before Island takes down 3 and is able to find the defuse as well. And finally, double digits for Dart Monkeys already.
This is, again, exactly what we saw in the previous map. We were at a 10-3 scoreline, and at that point, that is where we saw Dart Monkeys kind of rearing their heads again, wanting to fight back into it, but it was too little too late, and we saw that first map go in Randos' favor. So now, are we going to be seeing the exact same thing for Randos? Is this the push that they need to continue their aggression, to continue winning some rounds on their attackers' half? They have decided to force by here some Spectres, a Singer, and a Marshall, but now Grim is ready for this push. K's spray does not do much as Bunny is holding sight as well. That's a 3K.
Way.
Can they get any more? The Headhunter finally taken out of their hands, and it's Grimoire still on site, knowing there's at least one player in either direction. Stinger in the hands of Bell, actually doing some decent damage, but now it's Ibanez, 10 bullets in the chamber. 1v3, not gonna happen. We have hit 11 rounds for Dart Monkeys.
and they've also forced up, so they're probably going to surrender this one as well, which is going to put Dart Monkeys on a nice match point. And Dart Monkeys, they're winning out Randos' map pick, and I'm not even sure how it happened, but they got the ball rolling on the attack, and then all of a sudden, it was just round after round after round, and it ran away from Randos, just slipped out from under their feet. At least Abanas is able to find the orbital strike very early, so that's going to allow some area control for whatever site they decide to go to. Now on the bonus, it's looking like they want to go aggressive because they know they have a gun advantage here. They're on a save. They're against the Eco Island, only allowed one satchel because of that 0 point from the KO. But now they know exactly where a lot of these defenders are, and they're headed back towards the A site. But it seemed like they were making a lot of noise with the help of the Raze because she's got so much utility there. But in reality, there are still two players sitting on the A site, and even if they do decide to go through, Gromar, she's ready for it. Bunny Bee is right next to her as well. Now they have to think about going back and going for the spike. It's a repeat of what we saw in the last half. Island has also wrapped around onto the site, and it's just a flawless round for Dart Monkeys for match point.
And this is just one more in a row, 3 at that point. And after the force in round 2, this was kind of going to be hard for Randos anyway because they did end up losing that. This is going to be their full buy, quote unquote, and a little bit of a bonus from Dart Monkeys. Two members are going to be sticking with their Spectres. They feel confident enough to win this map out with a little bit worse guns, but either way, Island and Bunny both have their ultimates available, and that can further secure them. Showstopper has been used time and time again, very, very powerful ultimate. And then Bunny, with that tour de force, can hold down some nasty angles. Looking like it's going to be B again, and Autumn just hiding, playing hide and seek a little bit with Belle, and I don't know if Belle is aware of any of this happening, but Autumn trying to back up now. Now she's in an open location. The player in tower has been spotted out, but this is going to be a bloodbath
Oh,
happening. Two down, one from either side, and the showstopper. Oh my goodness. The
oh,
bait does come out. A escaping it. Keeping numbers very, very even. We are still at a 3v3, 50 seconds left on the clock, and Spike not dedicated anywhere.
Got the spike.
yeah, so they pick up the spike now and they're headed back around to A. Still 3v3 situation, but this chamber has just gone around. Now on drop, Bunny Bee is able to find another one here and the peek out. Oh, it's a shoulder hit onto Belle, so she's able to escape with her life there. But still,
We
they
need
still want to
something.
go A.
Yeah, they want to go A, but we need something amazing. Look at this. One way, that's going to be hard to push onto, and with 10 seconds left, the spike has to be planted. It's Randos. Everything is up to this last shot and cannot make it happen. 3-13. This is not good at all. Both teams losing their own map picks. What are you thinking, Dala?
I'm thinking, well, this is definitely not what you expected, right? Because Split looked incredibly strong for Randos, at least on their defensive half. So when you saw that they were starting on the defense on Fracture, you would kind of think, oh, well, they probably have this. They have similar team compositions to what they had on Split, and it just seems like one of those maps that would lend itself to the other very easily. But now Dart Monkeys are able to win on Randos' map pick, and then they remain on Icebox. We saw Dart Monkeys play Icebox yesterday, and they weren't off to the strongest start. But now we were talking about how Dart Monkeys kind of is a team that needs to warm up, and maybe Split was just their warm up match.
That is most certainly possible, considering their performance in the second half of that map specifically. They brought it back so
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if you can hear Jojo right now, some technical issues. But we will be right back. Sorry about the technical issues, folks, but we will be right back on Icebox after a very short break. Sorry to cut you off, Jojo.